Hello, welcome to another video. It's been a while, but there was a video before this one, and there is going to be another video after this one. So I'm here. I've been working on my car for like the entire month of March as much as I possibly can, and it has really taken like all of my energy and like mental energy and physical energy and all of my money. So I haven't been making videos, partially because I just wanted to have like a kind of big update, and the more I got into the car project, the more I was like, I want to do more before I show this off. But I don't know, it's the end of March and I feel, I want to make a video now. I had a very bad morning, to be honest, because I woke up and it was raining, and I checked the weather and we're gonna have 2 dry days, and then it's gonna be storming for a whole week, which means I'm not gonna be able to work on my car because I can't work in the rain. There's nowhere I can go that is covered from the rain. So yeah, as you can see though, there's some stuff going on behind me. I'll show some footage and maybe pictures, but I've got the bed here. This was the first thing I did, and the supports for the bed have changed quite a bit. All of the 2x4s that I have holding the frame up, which holds the platform, which holds me and my bedding, all of that stuff is switched up. In the front, it's pretty much the same, but in the back, I've got them sort of staggered around to add some more space back there and let me move my stuff around without these pillars getting in the way. And I've got the floor in back there, and I've got another floor in the front underneath the bed platform, which is like maybe a foot high. Right now all of my scrap wood is sitting there, and then there's a third floor even further underneath that, which I don't have anything under there right now. But that'll be like deep storage or something like that. Yeah, so this is the loose one. I put some little splinters of wood in there to try to tighten it up, and it's still not tight because these 2x4s are so dumb. Anyway, this is a lot of floor space, and then there's still some space underneath it. I'm gonna close this up, create something here as well, and put up some more walls in places and fill all of these little gaps. Put that wall under there with the insulation, and yeah, this is a lot of floor space though. Look, that's 6 feet of floor space. Of course, if I put a wall right here, it's going to be less, but then, I'll have this. So it's, it's kind of coming together. But I have a lot of space, a lot of floor space now. And you can see there's a vertical shelving unit over there, which I built. I've got my basket of tools held with a bungee cord in there right now, and then some more bungees holding this piece of wood in place to keep all of my kitchen supplies and my seasonings and stuff in there. And I do have a way to cook now. I mean, I don't really have a kitchen yet. I don't have a sink yet. I've been looking for like a metal bowl or a cheap camper sink that I can use. But I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is getting like a black plastic bin and cut a hole in that and use that as my sink. It should work just fine. And I'll be able to get something of a specific size and shape. Because I don't want a round sink. That's a waste of space. You can fit more things more neatly into a square sink with a flat-ish bottom. So I can kind of cook. I have a propane stove. I tried to get a butane stove and butane, but butane is always out of stock. The little 8-ounce cans that the Coleman stove fits, it's always out of stock. Propane always stacked fully on the shelves. Nobody buys propane. Not, at least not the kind that this little stove I have uses. So I got the butane stove at first, and then because butane is cheaper and it's safer to store, and it's just in general it was the better option, but unfortunately it's never in stock. So if I don't have the fuel to cook, I can't cook, and it's very frustrating. So I switched to propane. I already had a propane stove, returned the butane stove. It was a whole thing. I was very frustrated with it, with the situation, because I'm always like, I want to do things my way, and sometimes it's not possible to do things my way. The other reason I wanted the butane stove is because it was easier to fit in here. It's just a rectangular sort of flat shape, and it's got the knob right next to the fuel, right next to the burner and everything. The propane stove has the knob underneath the burner in a place where if I inlaid it into a countertop, the knob would be hidden underneath the counter, and that's not really that big of an issue. But then the propane tank is underneath it, and it's massive, and it's an awkward shape, and it's gonna take more work to figure out how to fit that into a kitchen countertop kind of setup. It's just gonna take more finesse, and that's really not something I need in my life right now, is things that need finesse. I just don't have the energy for that, but you gotta do what you gotta do. But at the moment, I don't have any of that. I just have the stove, and I do have a nice big pot and a cast iron. I haven't used the cast iron because my car is an active work zone right now. It's an active construction zone, and I don't want to season the cast iron just to have it get sawdust stuck in it and I have to scrape it all off. That wouldn't be good. Plus, I don't have a reliable and good way to get rid of like food scraps and food waste and stuff like that. So basically what I've been doing for the most part is cooking things that only require boiled water. So like ramen, instant mac and cheese, rice and beans, that kind of thing. And I can use the pot itself as its own sink to clean it, to soak all of the residue, but usually there's nothing in there because it's just water, and then I pour it out into the thing that needs the water. So that's kind of what I've been doing to get some cheaper, warm meals. Although in the rain I can't really cook because I need to keep the windows open or the doors open when I'm cooking, and it's not really possible to do that in the rain without getting all my shit wet. I want to buy rain guards for my windows, those little plastic fin things that go over the windows, but those are expensive. I mean, they're not that expensive as far as like car accessories go, but they are expensive for me because I live in extreme poverty. I don't have enough money to meet all my basic needs all the time, and this project has taken a lot of money out of me. I've gotten this month about a little more than the $800-ish that I usually get, but it's not enough to offset the cost of this project. So I have been deprioritizing some of my basic needs just to get parts of this project done, just to be able to afford the materials and stuff like that. In the beginning, I bought a lot of tools and a lot of the more expensive stuff because I got a windfall of like a couple $100 to start the project, and that was enough to get the bed platform done and everything. And now it's just been sort of a drip feed of money, and it's been kind of like day to day since then, and it's very difficult. It's very draining. It's not at all helping me heal from my burnout whatsoever, but I need to get this project done. It's at the point where I can sleep pretty nicely on this bed. It's pretty comfortable, and I'm satisfied with where the project is going. It's just that I feel I haven't done enough yet. I just feel that I haven't done enough yet. Like I could have been done with this by now if I wasn't having money problems. So that's kind of how I feel about it. So yeah, I've got the bed, I've got some flooring in. I did some stuff to that big bulky storage unit. I don't know if I've talked about that in a video yet, but I have a big storage unit. Not a storage unit. It's a thing that comes with my car, right? Like if you have a subcompact SUV, you might have something similar, where it's like a a bucket. It's like a foam bucket that fits specifically into the trunk of my car. It has a specific shape that fits in there, and it had a little kind of lid thing that goes in there, and then underneath that was the spare tire. And so I was having trouble with this foam bucket thing because it's got these 3 sections. It's as wide as my car is, and I was having trouble building stuff around it in a way where I could still get the thing out of my car, basically. And I need to be able to do that to access the stuff that's inside it. This is what I mean. This it just sits here. It takes up so much space. The other thing is that it's really hard to take out. Like, I've got to slide it that way and then bring it out one of those doors. I can't really come out this gap. It just doesn't fit, and I would tip all of my stuff out anyway if I did that. I could maybe give it a lid. I could potentially, you know, try to attach a piece of wood to it with a hinge, or some hinges, and, you know, give it a lid so that things can sit on top of it. But if I want to be able to take this out and access everything that's underneath it, I can't block it from getting over that way, which is a whole process. And I don't know what I can build there without getting in the way of this thing. It's really good right now, but this is the part of this bed platform that moves the most, and like, I can't put a support here. This trunk is going to be a lot of figuring out. But if I cut this, then I can bring it out of a smaller space. So that might be what I do. That might just be what I do, is just cut this and give it a little bit of a wood wall. And then I could even use this as like some storage for the front, you know, have it be like a drawer that I can pull out or something. Not a bad idea. So I ended up cutting one of the sections off and adding a piece of wood to it to make a wall. And now it's 2 separate pieces instead of just one big wide piece. It's one kind of wide piece and then one smaller piece. And I'll probably show pictures or something. But yeah, I did that. Rearranged a lot of stuff. Now that I have some vertical storage, I feel a lot better. That stuff stays put. You know, it doesn't make a mess anymore. It doesn't fly around all over the place. I'm really satisfied with that. I got some storage bins also to put some of my stuff in so that it doesn't fly around everywhere. And literally just putting things inside boxes helps it to not go all over the place and slide around everywhere. I also got some like friction grippy, like the stuff that you put in like your kitchen drawers to keep your silverware from clinking and stuff. I got some of that. I haven't used any of it yet. But I probably will use it on that storage unit over there, or that shelving. And then the sink and the stove is gonna go behind this chair, and I've been saving that for last, because, well, I haven't been able to find a sink, and plumbing is gonna be also kind of expensive. And when I say expensive, I don't want you to think about expensive in terms of like you have a job and you have an income. I want you to think of expensive in terms of like you never have more than $50 to your name at any given day, right? So that kind of expensive. And you still have to buy food every day and you know, pay your bills every day. Because for me, the gas in my car is my utility bill and my rent. I have to pay that. I have to get gas in my car, otherwise the car's not going to move. I'm not going to be able to heat and cool and do the temperature control and the climate control in here, and I'm not going to be able to charge my stuff. So I need to be able to pay the gas, and that's usually around $15-20 a day. I can go on $5 a day if I'm doing nothing but idling my car only when my phone needs to charge. And I'm talking like I won't open my laptop because that needs to charge too. You know, and I mostly just nap throughout the day. That's the kind of day I have on $5 of gas. I don't get anything done on a day like that. So I need money for gas, or I'm not going to be able to drive around to buy the materials to get to this park, you know, to charge my drill. Actually, it's not battery powered, it needs to be plugged in while it's working. So while I'm working on my car using my drill, the car has to be on, and I keep it on anyway just to play music. So, you know, like, there's a lot of expense. There's a lot of expense and not a lot of money. And I wanted to talk more specifically about extreme poverty and, you know, just what it's like for me, what it has been like, you know, living day to day, living on donation money, on mutual aid from the internet. And, you know, when I was panhandling too, it was like this. So, like, I don't have a lot of money. Like I said, I live on about $800 a month, and that's just not enough. You might think, since I don't have rent to pay and bills to pay, my life is cheaper. In many ways it is. Like this gas, you know, $15, $20 a day, that's not that bad. It's more than most people probably spend on gas, but it's not that bad. But then I also need oil changes. My car desperately needs an oil change right now. I don't know if you can hear it on the video, but it is chugging so bad right now. I need to at least top it up, but I've just had other priorities like food and hygiene products. So I haven't been able to spare the expense for that. And then there's also, I mean, most of the time I don't even have enough for the hygiene products and the things that I need to replenish every once in a while, like paper towels and, you know, laundry detergent and deodorant and stuff like that. So, you know, I clean myself using wet wipes, and that can actually get pretty expensive if you want to do a thorough job cleaning yourself with the wet wipes. It takes like half a package to clean myself, you know, to clean my whole body fully to a satisfactory degree. It takes like half a package of wipes. So that can get expensive if I'm doing that every day or every other day, which I'm gonna want to do if I'm working and sweating and all of this. And then there's my clothes. You may have noticed that I generally wear the same clothes because I only have one set of clothes. I have extra underwear and socks, but I just wear this shirt and, you know, the flannel over it, and then the hoodie over that if it's cold. And that's my outfit, and the sweatpants. That's what I wear, and that's what I've been wearing for like a year now. This has been my clothes for like a year, and I'm lucky that this hasn't gotten so dirty. I clean this stuff maybe once a month. I do my laundry, and I mean, look at this. You can see it on camera that it's not very clean, but that's what I got. And I could, yeah, like go to Goodwill and get some cheap shirts and stuff like that. But again, I just have other priorities. This dirty shirt, it doesn't bother me so much that I feel the need to do my laundry more often when I could use that money to feed myself, right? Because it's not a choice between just do your laundry or be lazy and gross. It's a choice between do your laundry and eat today, right? So like, that's what I'm dealing with. Many times, because this project, and even before I started doing this, it's taken so much money, but even before starting doing this, many times I've had days where I wasn't able to eat at all, or I was able to eat only once a day, maybe like 500 to 1,000 calories, along with like a coffee, which is what, like 100, 200 calories. I put some cream in here and some hot chocolate, so that's some liquid calories. It gets me through the morning, it gets me through the work, and then after I do the work, I want to eat a real meal, and so I, you know, boil some water and make some ramen, or I'll get some fast food if I don't have any ramen and I don't have, you know, I don't have the energy to even boil water sometimes. So that's what it is. It's like food insecurity, you know, you're picking between priorities all the time. I'm always running out of things, and I never have enough money to replenish them. Always running out of things, and I never have enough money to replenish them. And then when I get a windfall of like $100, $200, at least half of that goes to just replenishing things that I've been low on for a really long time. And then the rest I can survive on for like a half a week to a week or so. And then with this project, usually I will spend any large sums I get immediately on materials, because I'm always running out of materials too. And it's just not easy. It's not easy. I've never have enough money. I just never have enough money. It's just a constant state of not having enough money to take care of my needs and the things that I need to do and the things that I want to do. And this is a component of burnout. This is I cannot heal from my chronic burnout, my autistic burnout, in this state of not having enough money. I just can't. I just cannot. And part of the reason I'm doing this car project is to try to make my life a bit cheaper so that I can more easily heal just a little bit and have, you know, some free time and free energy and free space in my mind without worrying about money so much. I'm still gonna worry about money. I'm still not gonna have enough. But hopefully with a little bit less expensive of a life, then I can work more on making videos and the things that I want to do to earn money rather than just begging for it. Because this is not, it's not sustainable, let's say. It's sustainable for me because I can go through immense amounts of torture and come out totally alive and somewhat healthy. Not mentally healthy, that's for sure, but it's sustainable in that I can survive this state for as long as I need to, but it is taking a toll on my mental health. And I would like to get to the point where eventually I'm spending very little energy so that I can just rest. You know, spending very little energy to make enough money to live so that I can rest. Because that's my main goal in life at this point, is just to heal from the burnout I've experienced. Because it's so intense. It's a main factor of my life. And it's been with me for like over a decade. I haven't been able to heal from it. I haven't been able to escape from it. And I'm just desperately trying to get to a point where I can get some rest. And living in extreme poverty is not restful. It's not restful. And I'm talking extreme poverty. Like, again, very rarely do I have more than like $50 to my name at any given time. And it's not that I'm not grateful for the donations I get. I think it's really amazing that I'm able to get, you know, $800 a month pretty consistently, without doing a job, really, without offering anything other than just some Tumblr posts and some vlogs like this. I think that's pretty incredible, and I am really grateful for the people that have supported me. At the same time, it's just not enough. It's just not enough. And I'm desperately trying to get to the point where I can just heal a little bit from the burnout, whilst hopefully simultaneously earning some more money. I'm going to be begging for money for the foreseeable future, though, because having a job that's not in the cards whatsoever. Not only would I not be able to get a job, and I've tried applying for jobs while homeless before. I've had jobs while living in my car before, and I've been through that experience multiple times. It does not work out. I'm disabled. I'm disabled in a way where I cannot be gainfully employed, and that's the legal definition of disability. But the government does not agree, because I don't have my medical records, and because I've had jobs before. They think I'm trainable. Lawyers won't take my case. And so I'm out of luck when it comes to welfare, and I really just, my only option at this point is to try to earn some money online through begging and making videos. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. It's my only option. And it's not enough. It's not enough money. And like, it's enough to sustain my life and to keep me clean sometimes. And it has been enough to at least do this project with some major sacrifices made. And hopefully I'm really fucking praying that in the future I will be able to earn enough money to improve my situation, and I won't be so worried about money. Either I get welfare, hopefully the revolution happens and we get rid of the current government and put something better in place that's actually going to help the disabled people and homeless people in this country. Because I'm tired. I'm tired of it. But this is my life, and this is where I'm at, and I've got to do it. So I do feel kind of good about the progress that's been made on the car. Like I said, I'm frustrated though, because I probably would have been done by now if not for the funding issues. And it's also, you know, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. I mean, you can see the mess right there. And it doesn't look like a mess to me because I know where everything is, but it is a mess. At some point in the probably distant future, I'm hoping to, you know, paint some of this stuff. Like the poplar wood is a really nice color, so I'll probably just get a nice stain for that. But the like 2x4s and the plywood and stuff like that, I'd like to paint it. I also did this ceiling. I had the insulation sort of just haphazardly up in here with gaps and everything, so I finally filled that in and I put this ceiling in place. This is 2 pieces of wood, and to seal the seam, I've got this poplar board here. And this is a whole surface that I could paint or tack a tapestry to it or something like that. You know, just something decorative. I had a bunch of scrap wood that I wasn't able to use for anything else, so I cut them down into shingles, and I made wood shingles for the back wall of this shelving unit, which you can only see when the back hatch is opened, but it's something decorative, and I've, you know, used the scrap pieces that I wasn't able to use for anything else. So that was kind of nice. You know, it's kind of nice to build something decorative for this place after, you know, basically just building it just to meet the basic needs. This isn't a pretty process. Like, I am living in extreme poverty. I don't know if I can emphasize that any more than I already have, but I am living in extreme poverty. I had this one comment on one of my last videos that I made before this little hiatus I went on about, you know, before I started the car project and made the bed platform. This one guy was like, you know, just build your platform, just build the bed platform. Geez, you know, rip all the moldy stuff out and build the bed platform. It should only take $200. Geez, it should be easy. That was the vibe that comment gave. And I had to be like, bro, I don't have $200. I almost never have $200. This is gonna take a while. You know, if you want me to get it done now, you gotta give me the money for it, because I don't have the money for this. This isn't like, you know, those videos where these people would get like a little car and they'll convert it into like world's smallest camper or whatever. Like, no, this is, I'm living in this vehicle, and on $800 a month, the majority of that money goes to gas and hygiene products and, you know, just replenishing things that I need. And like, I don't have the money to do this in a professional, flashy, you know, YouTuber-y kind of way. This is, I live in this vehicle, right? And I don't have a place to park it under a canopy, to work in the rain, or, you know, to store my tools somewhere that's not inside the vehicle, right? Like, this is, there's this specifics to this process that are very different from what people might be expecting when they hear, oh, guy lives in his car and he's building it into a camper. Like, this is different, okay? Like, this is difficult and going to be a very slow process, and it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty until the very, very end, when I figure out how to paint and stain and finish all of this wood. Which I'm going to need to finish it to keep it from getting moldy again, by the way. I'm going to really, really need to finish it and protect the wood to keep it from getting moldy. Because I'm going to be cooking in here, releasing steam. My own body releases immense amounts of moisture when I sleep, to the point where my window will get fogged up. And like in the cold weather, the window gets frosty from all of the moisture coming out of my body. It's not leaking rain in here anymore, which I'm happy about since I took the hammock down. But still, I need to, you know, finish this project and actually finish the wood to protect it from moisture. So I might as well paint it too and make it look nice. But that's gonna be far in the future because I just don't have the money. I just don't have the money. So that's where I'm at. I don't think I really have anything else to say. That was the basic update. There will probably, or maybe there already has been, some footage that I took while doing the project, or some pictures or something like that. I hope, you know, I hope we're satisfied with the progress. I'm pretty satisfied with it. Again, I still think that I could have done more if I just had more money. I probably would have been done with this by now. But I'm working with as little money as you can imagine. So if you like this video, like the video, you can sub to my channel if you've never been here before. Check out my other videos too. Like I said, there was a video before this one and there is going to be another one after it. I'll have my Cash App and my Ko-fi and my Patreon displayed here and in the description as well. I'm not really promoting the fundraiser anymore, but you can donate to that if you'd like. The thing is, I get that money at the beginning of the month instead of as soon as you donated it. So if you donate to Ko-fi or to Cash App, I also have a Venmo now, that'll be somewhere too. So, but if you donate to any of those three, I get the money immediately. And Ko-fi has the smallest fee. It goes directly into my PayPal account. Whereas Cash App and Venmo, there is a little bit of a transfer fee that I need to pay to use that cash. But any of them works. I'll also have my Patreon. If you'd like to support me monthly, you can also do that on Ko-fi. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me, even though I didn't upload a video for so long. Thanks for being interested. And thank you so much for watching, and have a peaceful day. You gotta be freaking kidding me, dude. No way. They flew away in the wind while I was working on my car. Oh, dude. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, I bet I lost so many. That's ridiculous. I was looking for them for like 5 minutes. I'm like, did they fly away in the wind? Come over this hill and I fucking see them off in the distance. You gotta be kidding me. Oh my god.